I just transformed this blank canvas to this beautiful artwork using soft pastels for the first time. No experience is necessary, whether you are a complete beginner or an experienced artist. I designed this video in such a way that everyone can create a beautiful soft pastel artwork. I mentioned each and every detailed instructions in this. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel C Arts. I'm your Vidyaskani. Even though I use soft pastel for the first time here, as an artist we strive to learn new mediums, right? Whether the outcome meets our expectations or not is the other issue. We shouldn't feel discouraged. All that we need to do is we should enjoy the process. Despite of trying for the first time, I achieved this beautiful result. You can check by the end of the video. All that I suggest is just follow the step-by-step process that I have mentioned clearly in this video so that even you can achieve this beautiful result.
Here I am using Bristol pastel papers of A4 size and 160 GSM. I got 12 sheets for 175 rupees. Now I have taken A4 sheet and cut it into two halves because I wanted to draw on an A5 sheet today. It's better to use scissors to cut the paper rather than folding and tearing it. Now to secure the borders, I am using masking tape. As I mentioned in a previous video, remove the excess gum first for proper results. I am going to draw using soft pastels today and this is my reference image. I wanted to show you the grid method in this drawing, which helps in drawing accurate proportions. I prefer using longer grids with 4:4 ratio, that is each grid square is of 4 cm by 4 cm. As an experienced artist, this will work well for me. If you are just starting, you can prefer shorter grids such as 2:2 or 1:1. I am dabbing on the paper using kneadable eraser to make the grids lighter. Now, looking at the reference image, I'll start by drawing the biggest shapes first. You know, when looking at a picture, it will be helpful if we first identify and draw the biggest shapes first. It's like we are setting a foundation for the drawing. It will make drawing easier. We can add small details later on. So first I'm starting by drawing this mushroom. And now I'm adding a ladybug on top of it. This really seems like a skull, guys, if you observe it. You know, sometimes shapes in the drawing can resemble different things, right? And it's quite interesting how our minds can interpret with them. Here's the tiny legs of the ladybug. And another big circle here. Now I'm drawing the shell part of this ladybug. If you see, it's like an exact half circle, right? Make sure to draw it according to the grids to maintain this accuracy. Here goes another curve at the bottom of this shell, joining to this edge. And one more triangle here. It's like we are identifying the shapes, guys. Another curvy line. And the legs part. Now I'm checking the accuracy here and recorrecting it. Another circles here. Top of the shell, it's like in oval shape, and here these are circles. Here is like some grass kind, guys. It's a rough sketch, making it in a proper shape. Now I'm erasing all the grids because it gives some patchy effect if we leave it like that. So I'm erasing all the grids present here. If there are tiny places, now I'm using electric eraser. If it's not available, you can make your eraser sharper and use it. Cross checking again so that everything is accurate. I think this curve I need to change a bit. I'll draw this again. Okay, this gives some perfect effect. As I mentioned before, I'm trying this for the first time, guys. I'm unboxing my pastels now. These Bristol pastels were a token of appreciation from my mom. And these camel pastels I bought to give them a try. I'm unboxing this as well. Chalo, let's give it a try. Now looking at the background, it has a darker shade. That's the mix of green, brown and some ash shade. Let's try mixing these colors. Now I'm adding brown on it. Might not be accurate, but let's check. Okay, I think this color is apt. Make sure to wipe your hands to avoid smudging the colors as it can get messy later. Keeping your art clean can maintain the clarity and quality of your artwork. I'll begin by outlining the borders with this green color first. By controlling the pressure, I'll start creating a light background now. This is one of the technique helps to build a soft and even base for your art. It will make easier to add layers and details later on. This is completely layering process, guys. Even though this is my first piece of pastel art, I watched few videos before this art on how to use this and blend these pastels. I'm super excited to give it a try for the first time. I hope I achieve the best possible result. Now I'm applying a brown shade over this green. Even this I'm applying with light pressure. Here's the line of ash color passing through this subtle addition. So upon that I'm using some white color. Alright, make sure your hands are clean because we are going to use our fingers for blending colors. Use different finger for each color. Here I want mix of green and brown, so I used single finger itself. But if you use other colors, no, we need to use different fingers for each color to avoid mixing of shades and getting undesired results. Here I'm adding white color again. Here I'm using shades of yellow. First I'm using this darker shade, and after that I'm using the lighter shade of yellow here, and here orange, like it's giving some sunshine kind. I'm blending it again. Ensure you blend properly so it does not create any visible borders. Smooth blending will help making the transition between colors seamlessly and natural also. You can add more layers to create depth effect. This technique will enhance 3D look to your artwork. It will make your artwork appear like realistic. Here even I am trying out different shades to get desired color. You need not be very accurate. Here I am blending this brown shade first, because in the background it's showing a bit brownish shade. Upon this I'm adding another shade of this brown. This is terracotta shade. I'm adding this on brown shade itself wherever it is required. After that I'm blending this again using different fingers. Now I'm using some shade of orange here. With lighter pressure I'm applying it, and here also I'm using dabbing process here because I feel instead blending, dabbing process is working out very well. Here another shade of orange again. Dabbing process, it's not giving a border effect. We also want invisible borders, right? I'm adding layering process until I get the desired output. Now looking at the reference again. I'm shading the other half part. Here also same mix of this brown shade, orange shade I'm using here. First I'm applying with lighter pressure everything. I'm drawing completely, guys, first. Later I'll blend it. I'm blending it now. I'm just blending it now properly. Later, after this drawing bug and mushroom, I'll add details on it again. Here it's like something white shade and green. I just don't want those borders to be visible, so I'm just adding layering process to create invisible borders. And here some white color again, blending this brown color. I'm adding some orange shade on it wherever it is required, blending it again. Compared to the reference, it's a bit wider here, so I'm narrowing it down here with some brown shade. And applying white here again once. Gradually we are getting that effect, right? If you observe. Now I'll start working on the main part of the artwork, that is ladybug. I'm using soft charcoal pencil here. First I'm drawing the outline, and wherever it is required there are some circles and triangle. I'm filling that with this soft charcoal pencil first. Use tissue under your hand. Okay, here these are some all shapes because it's top of the ladybug. And now I'm drawing the face part of this. As I said, it's like a skull here. Make sure you focus on each detail here. Here I just want to create border first, so I'm using this colored pencil, red colored pencil here, to create a thin border. Afterwards I'm using this charcoal pencil to draw this line. Now I'm using red soft pastel here for this ladybug. Make sure where it's white part you leave that, because it's the highlight. This is where you get the realistic effect of the art. Make sure you concentrate on each details. I'm applying this red color with very light pressure here. Now I'm blending it with my finger. If you can't do it with your finger here, you can also use blending stumps. I have completed with the first layer. On this, I'm adding another layer. Oh, this is giving completely realistic effect now. If you observe, creating that white space is giving realistic effect, right? Now I'm using blending stump in the edges of this to blend the edges. and using soft charcoal pencil to darken those circles again. Here if you see there is a bit orangish shade also. Let me try it out now. I'm adding some orange shade on the top of the shell. I'm blending it with my finger itself. And now using charcoal and pencil to draw this line here. Here if you see a white line going here, I'm using jelly roll pen here. If you want you can also use whitener also. This is where you'll get realistic effect. Not only for this art, for any other art also, for borders if you give a bit this white shade, no, it will give you realistic effect. I'm turning this paper as per my convenience. Here I'm shading this part with this soft charcoal pencil, leaving the white areas like that itself. I'm not using there anything. I'm using blending stumps here to blend this soft charcoal pencil, or else it will give patchy effect. So it better to blend it. Here is bit whiter shade. I used white charcoal pencil. With jelly roll pen, I added that extra white there. Now I'm shading this mushroom part. Here also it is mixed of shades yellow, brown and all. Let me try it first. I completely shaded it with yellow first. I'm blending it now. I'm creating a base first. Upon that I'll be adding layers. Now I'll take some orangish brown. I'll blend it again. Okay, I'm getting the required color somehow. Might not be exactly. I'm performing layering process here. If you see, one side of it is like some light is falling upon the mushroom and other side it's dark. So I'm making this side bit lighter. It's like back side is shadow part. So I'm creating some patchy browns here. Here bit darker. I'll add some orange shade here between these lines and blend it both at once. Okay, I'm adding bit orange again. After blending this, I'll add a bit light orange and light yellow shade again once. If you observe like how many layers did I add to get this effect, guys. All you need is patience. Now I'm creating this border with this white soft pastel. And here with some orange to create the border of that mushroom. It should not be like completely line. If you observe, it's like some design kind. You need not blend that part. You can just draw with the soft pastel and leave it. If you observe, there are tiny white dots on this mushroom. So I'm creating this with this whitener. You can also use jelly roll pen here. Under this, no, I'm using this brown color pencil. This gives realistic effect. If you leave it like that, no, it will be like drawing. If you want 3D look, no, you must use the shades. It's like shadow of it. Okay, let's now draw the bottom part. It's like some green mix of green shades here. After blending this, let's see we are getting this actual color or not. I think this is different shade of green. Let's add another shade here and blend it. Still, I think we can add other color. Okay, first let's create this grass part here. First, it's like for background it is completely brown. So here I'm using brown soft pastel to create background everywhere. Upon that I'll be adding layering process again of different shades. Initially I think this brown will work out here. I'm blending this brown color completely. After that, here I'm giving some white color effect. Just dabbing it, I'm not blending it. There is lot of difference between blending and dabbing, guys. If you start practicing now, you will also get habituated. Here bit darker shade is going. I'm blending it here. After adding so many layers only I'm getting the output. For single layer, no, you won't get anything here. I'm adding some orange shade here. Types of orange shades, not single shade, to achieve this effect. Later some light orange is going here. I'm dabbing it again. Here I'm adding brown color again. I'm just putting high pressure here and dabbing, that's it. Here at the bottom also, I'm putting high pressure in the bottom for everything. Here there is a leaf present, some it is of mixed shades of orange only, so I'm using orange shades here, blending it and adding layers to it. It's like top of the leaf it is like light orange and bottom it is some dark shade. I'm completing this ground part first. I'm not satisfied with this green here, so let me use another green here. Okay, this seems bit okay. And comes here, I'm adding another shade of brown. I put high pressure here and use dabbing process. I'm using black here, mixed of black and brown shade. Okay, it's like a rock here, that's the reason I used black and brown shade. With leftover that brown color, I'm dabbing it on top of it so that it will create some invisible borders. And here I'm using some green color. Here no, I'm creating grass, guys. For creating grass, you need to observe that shape. You must just draw the lines from top to bottom. Because if you draw from bottom to top, no, it will create some messy effect there. So first I'm creating green background so that in the grass everywhere I get background green itself. Later I'm using different shades of green here. First I'm using dark green, later another shade of light green, and now I'm using yellow color also to give that natural effect. If you see, no, you'll understand. I'll also use white ones. Okay, that's cool now. I'm extending this a bit. Yeah, now that's cool. Here I'm again adding this grass effect. I think it will be more good to see. Here it's like some leaves. I'm using different shades of orange here to create that effect. As it's first time for me, might not be that much accurate. I just gave it a try. Okay, I'm adding another shade of orange here. I'm trying out all different colors. Now I'm adding the final touches wherever it is required. Here a bit brown color. Okay. Here also some brown dots. And shade here. You can cross check once and add the colors wherever it is required. I have added the colors wherever it is required now. And removing the masking tape gives a clean professional look to your artwork, enhancing its overall appearance. It's a satisfying final touch that frames your artwork very beautiful, isn't it? Time to sign my artwork, guys. This gives completeness to your masterpiece. And I'm done.
Guys, in this video I just realized that I forgot to add legs to the ladybug. But don't worry, I added it later on. Alright, we have reached the end. I hope you found this video helpful and achieved this beautiful result with your artwork. Feel free to share your creations with me on Instagram, link in bio, and you can tag me at the rate of Vidyaskani. You can rate my artwork on the scale of 1 to 10 in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe and stay connected for more upcoming videos.